Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a foundation review and process of the Becca Skinlove Weightless Blur Foundation. I have acne prone skin and I have like a lot of acne scarring and some acne flare. I love testing out foundations and seeing if they are really full coverage. Will they really cover up my acne? Because I feel like a lot of the foundation videos on YouTube, the girls always have the most, well, at least the people I watch always have the most perfect skin, like not a flaw, and if they do have a pimple, it's like the tiniest thing. And I'm like, wow, I would love to have your type of pimples and flare-ups of the week, girl. That's like me on a good day. So I always love testing hyped up foundations or the newest foundations for myself that claim to be full coverage, just to see if they really are and will they cover up my acne. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. What's up? I'm Brie. I make new videos weekly on makeup and skincare on a budget. So if you guys are wondering what the best products are for acne prone skin and what is worth your money and what is not, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. So without further ado, if you want to find out if the new Becca Skinlove Foundation will cover up your acne scarring, then just keep on watching. So I'm looking a little red and irritated because I just took off my foundation. I was applying it and then my camera decided to shut off and not record anything I just said. I'll be testing the Becca Skinlove Foundation. And it says it is a weightless blur foundation infused with Glow Nectar Brightening Commas, and it's supposed to have medium to full coverage. And I picked up the shade Buttercup just because that seemed to match me the best when I was in Sephora. Retail price for this is $44, so it's not cheap, but we are gonna see if it can cover up my acne. You can see what we're looking like. These is all mostly scarring, nothing active. This is a little raised. This guy's new. A little bit under here. This guy and this guy are healing. Let's just get right into it. So it comes with a pump. Love it. It's like 2 pumps. It's really thick, so it's not liquidy at all. It's not moving. I'm just gonna apply that. I really like how yellow undertone this is, because I can get away with neutral, maybe peach sometimes, but yellow I find is the best for me anyway. I usually apply foundation with a brush. I'll do this there with a brush as well as with a sponge, even though I typically only apply foundation with a sponge if it's a stick foundation. I take this brush from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, and I'm gonna blend out my foundation. Or I'm gonna take this with a sponge. So this is the brush side. It covered it a little bit, but I could still see things peeking through. And then on this side is the sponge side. Am I crazy, or is the coverage like about the same? But you could still definitely see everything peeking through, so it didn't cover it completely. Now usually, I'm only gonna do like a dot, because I usually cover it with full coverage concealer, because that's my routine, that's what I like. But just for video purposes, I'll see if we can layer. Alright, that gave me a smidget, a little more coverage. Definitely a medium, I would say medium coverage foundation. Not full coverage, but I think you can build it and get it there. I, however, am going to do my regular routine and use the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea concealer. I love this concealer. It is the best watery consistency and it covers literally everything. It makes literally any foundation for me super full coverage. I honestly prefer layering with concealer rather than more foundation, because one, I find it saves foundation product, and also just because, I don't know, this concealer just in general feels lighter on my skin, so I don't really prefer packing my skin and making it feel cakey and just like heavy. I hate that heavy foundation feeling. See, already so much better. Yeah, so I know this isn't a Tarte concealer review, but highly recommend it, because this is one of the only concealers I have found that can cover my acne and acne scarring, and it looks just so seamless, so pretty, and it's not heavy on the skin, so this is good. So as you can see, now that we added that concealer, we got everything to a pretty full coverage finish. The finish of the foundation is not matte by any means. It is pretty dewy. looking nice. I'm gonna do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. All right, so I am back. I have set my face and I just finished putting the rest of my makeup on. So like I said, I will be doing check-ins throughout the day. I'm going to a football game today, so I will be out literally all day. I'm leaving probably in the next like 10 minutes and I won't be home till probably 10 o'clock, 11 at night, but we'll be like tailgating, so we'll be out in the sun, out in the cold. So then we're gonna test this foundation and put it through it. But this is what it's looking like so far. So as you can see, it pretty much covered. You can still see it peeking through a little bit. This is after setting like with powder, not a full coverage powder or anything, but like as you can see, you could still see it peeking through a little bit, but nothing too crazy. So you can see my acne peeking through just like a smidge. I'm pretty actually happy with the coverage. I feel like it looks nice, and I actually feel like my skin does look blurred with this foundation. Like I kept like looking in the mirror like, oh wow, like it looks like skin. I love that it doesn't look heavy, it doesn't feel heavy on my skin, and I don't feel like my pores are getting clogged or like it's irritating my active zits. So that's really nice, and I feel like the rest of my makeup really laid really nice on top of it, and I actually really am enjoying how my skin is looking. So despite that it's peeking through just a smidget, I am not mad at it at all. So I'll see you in the next check-in. This is how we're looking so far. I think it looks pretty good. A little shiny, a little glowy, but nothing crazy. Coverage is still holding up. I don't see anything peeking through. Not too glowy, looks healthy. Digging it. So it's the end of the night and here is the last check-in. So I'm a little shiny, especially on the forehead and my nose and a little bit right here, but it's to be expected. It wiped off a little bit on my chin, on my nose, and on my forehead, but obviously the forehead was to be expected as well. And the chin, because I was like rubbing my chin, and then on my forehead I had a beanie on, so I was like taking it off, taking it on, and just like readjusting the beanie. So I'm not too mad about that. But coverage wise, I don't think it looks bad, you guys. Like if you can see, like everything, like these are still pretty much covered. My chin's peeking through just a smidget. And these are pretty much covered though. Like they were peeking through when I first put the foundation on, but they're not peeking through anymore. And it is now 9:45, almost 10 o'clock at night. And I had this foundation on since 11 a.m. About 10 hours, maybe 10 and a half hours that I've had this foundation on. So yeah, I think considering that, it looks pretty good. Like besides the shininess, I think I've only blotted once, maybe twice, but yeah, guys, it doesn't look bad. So far, I really, really like it. And of course, I'm going to include a second check-in / second impression. So I wore it all today, but the real test is the second impression. Second impression is also important to me because I look for more than just coverage in a foundation. I look for coverage, how long it lasts, how it feels on my skin, so I don't like a foundation to feel super heavy, and also if it breaks me out. If it breaks me out and gives me more zits, then it's a no-go for me. I will never use it again. So that's why it takes me at least, you know, a second impression just to know, is this gonna break me out? Was this the cause of me breaking out? So far, I don't feel like it is gonna break me out. My pores don't feel clogged. It doesn't feel super heavy or anything. It feels really good, and honestly, I feel like it looks really good as well. That is it for the first impressions day check-in. So I'll get back to you with the second impression and we will wrap up this review. Okay, so it is now 12:25 a.m. and it is the end of my second, well, I say second, but I mean my actual third impression of the Becca Skinlove Foundation. And this is how the foundation is looking. And I put this foundation on at about closer to 7 hours. And this is how we're looking. I would say the coverage is still decently there. My blush and bronzer is still there. And I think it looks pretty good. Over the past couple days that I have been wearing it, I have noticed it has not broken me out at all, which is an A+ for me. My final thoughts on this is I really, really like this foundation. I think it has really good coverage. Is it the fullest coverage foundation I own? No, but it covers my face enough and I can get it to where I need it to be, where I'm comfortable with it. But what I love about it is how it just looks like your skin. It just looks well with the skin. It makes your skin look really healthy, not too dewy and not too matte. It feels perfect. It literally just looks like your skin is like flawless, and I really did notice a blurring effect. And this foundation in combination with the Maybelline Better Skin, oh god, the Maybelline Better Skin powder foundation, they're a match made in heaven. It made my skin look so amazing and so flawless, and that also really took it up a notch on the coverage and made me just look poreless and flawless. It was so amazing. It doesn't get heavy throughout the day or make me super oily. I think it looks really, really good. I totally recommend it. And that is it for this foundation review and coverage test. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and leave me down suggestions of any more foundations you want me to put to the test. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.